Okay, guys, look here. Yes, that's it. Why is everything so damn wet? Come on, fire, where are you? Damn, nothing's sticking. Dry branches must be a myth. If I don't start, I'll definitely get soaked through. Come on, catch already. Just a little more. Yes, there it is, finally. There we go, it's working. Just don't give up now. Warm, real warm. Just need to keep it going. I'll keep you burning, I will. Need to find some dry branches. Without them, the fire won't survive. Too soft, completely soaked. Won't work. There must be drier ones somewhere. Need to look more carefully. Hold on. We're almost there. Warmth. Real warmth. You're my little winner. Don't let me down. Let me tell you a story, folks. It's about how we survived on a desert island with Bear Grylls. I woke up on a sandy shore, stunned by the roar of the surf. The last thing I remembered was a plane crash. Shaking screams, a sharp tilt. There was no trace of the aircraft around, only palm trees, rocky cliffs, and the endless ocean. On the second day, while exploring the jungle, I heard a growl. From behind a boulder emerged Bear Grylls. Not the actor, but his wild counterpart, wearing a battered camouflage and carrying a makeshift spear. Are you alive? I nodded. There's a better chance of surviving together than alone. We divided the responsibilities. I sourced fresh water. I dug holes near roots, collected condensation on leaves. Bear built shelters, woven canopies from palm branches, and fished using bone hooks. One day he showed me how to start a fire by friction using a dry boo tube and a stick. Purify water using a charcoal filter, burnt branches and sand placed inside a coconut shell. Find edible fruits. You knew which vines were non-poisonous. On the fifth day, a tropical storm washed away our camp. We sheltered in a cave where Bear told a story. I've been here for 3 months. I've seen ships, but they didn't notice me. The main thing is not to lose your head. At night, a wild boar crept up to the cave. Bear threw a burning branch at it, and I struck it with a rock. The beast ran off, leaving deep scratches on my shoulder. After 2 weeks, we found an old lighthouse, no fuel, but it had a rusty binocular, a sunken boat. We took ropes, a knife, and a can of stewed meat from it, our last supply. A sunken boat. We took ropes, a knife, and a can of stewed meat from it, our last supply. Bear suggested, let's make a signal smoke. During the day, white smoke. Moss and wet branches. At night, black smoke from the dry rubber of the boat. On the 28th day, a helicopter hovered over the island. We kept the fire burning and waved a bright cloth. Bear had woven it from leaves and vines. The pilot noticed the smoke and descended. When they lifted us aboard, Bear clapped me on the shoulder. Now you know, the forest is not an enemy. It teaches. At home, I kept the notebook with his notes. Water is in the roots. Fire is in patience. A friend is in silence. Sometimes I think Bear is still there, walking the island, teaching new wanderers. After all, a true survivalist never truly leaves. What a clever squirrel came right into my hands. Wish it was always like this. Well, folks, today we won't starve. Meat of the squirrel, very tasty, reminds me of rabbit or lamb. We had a little bite, but now I need shelter. I'm soaking wet because of this rain. My plans, to survive comfortably, and from up high I'll be able to see all the prey. Guys, we're doing pretty well surviving. We've got a home, a fire, and food. What more could we possibly need? Have I ever told you about how I fought an octopus in the Atlantic Ocean? It happened last summer while I was diving near a rocky reef. I was searching for sea urchins when suddenly crevice, a huge octopus! Like a living cladalal. I froze, so did it. For several seconds, we studied each other. Then I took a careless step forward, and the giant launched an attack! One tentacle wrapped around my leg, another reached for my arm. The cold suckers dug into my skin, not a pleasant sensation. Panic overwhelmed me for a second, but then I remembered the stories from seasoned divers. Octopuses are afraid of sharp edges. Gathering my will by the nearest rocks, the tentacles tightened their grip, but I kept pushing forward. Near the sharp outcrops, the octopus finally hesitated. As it swam to the surface, Remley let go. Since then, I know that even silent giants in the ocean can teach you a lesson, even when you're being hugged by an 8-armed monster. Here's a story, folks, of what a tasty fish I caught.